James Hackney, Dean of the Law School, 27-year faculty member, and I was actually there at the founding of LSSC.
I'm Peter Enrich. I've been on the faculty since 1991.
My name is Margaret Hahn-Dupont. I'm an LSSC professor and the current program administrator for the LSSC program.
My name is Susan Maze-Rothstein, and I have been the director of the Legal Skills and Social Context Social Justice Program for 19 of its 20 years that we're celebrating here today.
The LSSC program actually had its origins the year before I and Dean Hackney and several others joined the faculty with a student walkout led by students of color from their first year classes, where they were protesting the disconnection between what they were being presented in their classes and the way that law really impacted the communities in which they lived and in which they wanted to work. And the challenge that we face is, what can we do to introduce more of that focus into our first year curriculum and connect it to what students knew the law really meant in the real world? And the first attempts that went on for several years were something called the Law, Culture, and Difference program. But it was done mainly through lectures, presentations, debates, simulations that tried to connect pieces of the first year curriculum to those issues and those communities.
We talked about what interesting topics were out there and what organizations could we do something with. I suggested, why don't we just ask the organizations what they need? What would they like us to do? And that is how we actually got the social justice component of the program going in a way that was valuable for our partner organizations. In order to run this program, we had faculty members being in charge of and acting as project supervisors for numbers of projects.
I started at Northeastern Law School as an adjunct for the LRW portion of LSSC, and at the time it was split into two components. In 2013, the law school hired full-time LRW professors, and it wasn't until 3 years ago that we integrated the two sides of the program. The thought was that through integration of the two components of LSSC, the LRW portion and the social justice portion, the students could obtain a fuller, more enriching experience in their skills learning.
My name is Hamath Gundavarm. I'm on the faculty here at Northeastern. I started in the LSSC program 4 years ago as one of the first faculty to do both the legal writing and the social justice. I focused all of my social justice projects on immigration law. It's an area that I'm particularly interested in. And what's great about the LSSC program is that students in their first year, within the first week, met a client, started on an immigration project, and worked on it for their entire first year of law school.
I'm Stephanie Hartung, and I teach in the LSSC program. I'm a faculty member here. My students have primarily worked on wrongful conviction issues. I'm a former public defender, and my research and scholarship focuses on criminal procedure and wrongful convictions. The work that the students did and the recommendations that they made as part of their project are now completely coinciding with a bill that's pending in the Mass Legislature. So it's really exciting to see their work come to fruition in a really concrete way.
I'm Nuri. I'm a 3L here at Northeastern. My 1L year, I had the pleasure of working with the New England Innocence Project as my partner organization. I was able to visit the Braintree Evidence Room. I reached out to Chief Paul Chastity so he could explain what Braintree was doing in order to better their evidence retention policies. The chief was kind enough to walk me through their evidence room, tell me what they were planning on doing, and how they were able to execute those policies.
My name is Elizabeth Reinhart, and I'm a 2L here at Northeastern. When I came to law school, I really believed that if I learned the laws, I would be able to use them to create justice in the ways that I was passionate about. But the LSSC project really taught me and showed me the ways that the law can be restrictive. And no matter how much you want to advocate for a client or a cause or a policy, you really have this limited means to work from. So the LSSC project really showed me that I had to get creative, and I had to point out when policies might be unjust in and of themselves.
Through the readings and discussions that we do as part of the course curriculum, they're understanding the bigger picture, concepts like law as a social construct, the non-neutrality of laws, the idea that particularly looking at the criminal justice system, that there are systemic issues disproportionately impacting people of color, and in particular Black men.
What I noticed over the years of working on these projects has been that the social justice organizations, or the partner organizations that we work with, are all working extraordinarily hard, nose to the grindstone in the vineyards.
My name is Natalie Higgins, and I am in the class of 2014 at Northeastern, and I am currently the state representative for the 4th Worcester District. After I graduated from Northeastern, I became the executive director of an organization called PHENOM, the Public Higher Education Network of Massachusetts, and we united students, staff, faculty, and alumni from the 29 public colleges and universities in Massachusetts to fight for things like debt-free higher ed and making sure that our faculty and our staff were supported and that everyone in Massachusetts had access to public higher education. And it just made a lot of sense to try to find opportunities to bring that work, particularly around student debt, to Northeastern, and to see if NUSL could come up with an opportunity to make this an LSSC project. And I'm so thankful that they gave me the opportunity to talk about the issues we were looking at. As a really small nonprofit, we didn't have the capacity to explore a lot of these legal issues. It was an amazing opportunity for us to have a team of law students really digging deep into the student debt crisis, and together with them, we really worked to hone our student loan borrower Bill of Rights that we were able to get through the Senate in this legislative session.
I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the student leaders who have actually carried the program for so many years. Lawyering fellows were part of the major development of this program. They learned team pedagogy, they helped their teams to develop into teams, and they nurtured and supported their research, their writing, and their development of their thinking as true thought partners.
My name's Jake Butts. I'm a 2L at Northeastern, and I'm a lawyering fellow. I became a lawyering fellow because I wanted to work on my interpersonal skills, how to facilitate conflict and things like that, and also to stay in touch with the social justice aspect of law school.
LSSC has taught me that law students are poised to become successful and influential attorneys of the 21st century.
The LSSC program has taught me how much first-year law students can accomplish right away.
The LSSC program has taught me how powerful experiential education can be as a tool for really raising up students to be agents of law as an instrument of social justice.
This program has taught me so many things, probably more things than I actually got to teach my students. I learned about the importance of collaboration. I learned about the importance of letting communities speak for themselves. I learned about the importance of how to help students see that there is more to lawyering than simply research and writing.
After a year of participating in the LSSC program and then going on to my summer co-op, I really found that I was able to bring in legal writing and research skills that some of my other fellow colleagues weren't able to have to that level, and I had real client experience working with others for a specific cause.
I would have to say that the best part about the LSSC project was working with my LO. It's amazing how people from different backgrounds, with different experiences, not only professionally, but also culturally, came together to meet a common goal.
The LSSC program taught me how to take the legal research and writing skills I was learning in law school and apply it to a real-world situation. So we were able to advance the goals of our partner organization in a way that we felt benefited them and ourselves.
The LSSC program taught me how to make the law accessible to my community and how to make sure that folks understood how to be advocates for issues that they're passionate about and how to translate that, whether it's in a courtroom or in the legislature.
What my 20 years of experience in this social justice work has taught me is that law can be used as a tool for social change.
LSSC has taught me that law really isn't just about the books. And even in that first day of law school, law students can make a difference in the world. It's been a great 20 years for LSSC. And as we think about the next 50 years for Northeastern University School of Law, LSSC is going to be instrumental in promoting experiential lawyering, social justice lawyering, as well as the future of legal education.